All right, well, give me a second here. Oh, shit, you already started. Whoops. All right. All right. Am I live?
Yeah, I think we're live.
Oh. All right, well, hello, everyone. And there we go. Hey, you're funny. Welcome, everyone, to Thursday night Cube Talk night. I believe it's episode. What the heck is going on? Whoops.
I turned off your screen sharing so we could just look at our beautiful faces.
Okay. All right. So tonight is episode 9. I believe the past few weeks I've lost track of the weeks because of work. I've lost track. That's why I'm calling this Cube Talk Thursday, because I'll upload the episode later to YouTube. But tonight I believe there is a cube available on Moto, so we'll be doing that at the end of the show for the second half of the show. And the first half we have our special guest star Zach May joining us again tonight.
Hello, I'm glad to be back, Jeff. Always excited to enjoy your content.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Over the last few weeks, in your absence, I've been thinking of things to do because drafting my cube got kind of boring, right?
Hey, it happens.
So I think a couple weeks ago, I actually looked on Cube Cobra. I drafted some random cubes on there. I found the Innistrad themed cube I drafted.
I love that.
It was pretty good.
That has a history in our play group, Jeff, because you remember Ben, our old friend Ben. Back in the early days of my cube, at least, he built an Innistrad like retail draft reproduction cube, and he was one of the first. That was only the second one I'd seen of those after my Rise of Eldrazi cube. So
I think it wasn't more just Innistrad; it was more like a nightmare theme.
Oh yeah,
and like a lot of elements from both sets. And then
they've been there 3 times now, right?
Innistrad 5. You got Innistrad.
Well, yeah.
If you count the sets. And then I found this thing called Draft Pod. It's where they simulate an actual draft on Moto. We have a timer and everything. So I've drafted a few decks from there.
But you do it on Moto, or
no? It's a simulation. It's a website. Yeah.
So it's like the Cube Cobra draft simulator, but with real people and with real timed.
I'll show you. It's like it's a draft pod. They simulate a Moto draft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think the latest one they have is the Vintage Cube from 2019. I guess the latest cube they have on there. So if
you do that Mardu cube tonight, I would hang around for the draft, if not playing out all the matches.
Yeah, so I'll have to buy the ticket for that. So yeah, that's live on Moto. So that's the second half of the show. And then last week, I scrounging for ideas. I drafted a deck for my cube, but I let dice pick the cards. So I'll roll a die, and whatever.
How is this different from sealed deck? Is that just a complicated? I think it's just complicated sealed deck, but still.
Yeah,
I think cube sealed deck is an underrated format.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's probably something we can do on the channel too. So
yeah. Well, so is there anything from this new Capenna or whatever it's called?
Well, we can talk about New Capenna first if you want to do that first. Get that out of the way, then we'll get to the cube talk.
It's almost my focus, of course, will be on cube for these cards, but I feel like for cube talk, getting the new cards out of the way is almost like reading the headlines of the news on like the news show.
Well, then let's get to it.
Yeah, crack it open, buddy.
All right, so let's see. I think I hit this button. All right, so I want to bring up my.
If you want it to go through on your, you need to do it in Zoom if you want it to come through on your stream.
Okay.
Right now, yeah.
Okay, so screen share.
Bingo.
Okay. There we go. All right, so So as of last week, we talked about these are the new legendary creatures that represent the streets. Again, I don't think any of these are good for cube, but the one I'm really worried about for like modern, like constructed format is this one. They basically put all the parts of Cruel Ultimatum on a creature.
When it enters the battlefield,
yes,
they discard half their hand. When it attacks, they mill half their library, and when it dies, they sack half their permanents.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's like, if you put that in cube, yeah, cool. You're probably gonna win that one, but then no one's gonna have any fun. I don't think any of these legendary creatures are cube worthy, but maybe Steven's cube, maybe, but
I mean, yeah, something wacky. I mean, so the classic problem is 3-color cards are just hard to play.
mm-hmm.
They go really late in draft, and they kind of just like, I think they gunk up the mix.
Yeah, I do want to point out that this guy is a vampire demon noble, and there's one of the new Sorns that came out. I think in the standard and like Crimson Vow says, put a vampire from your hand into play.
Oh dang! Okay, well that's pretty saucy then.
Yeah, but other than that, like I'd rather run Nicol Bolas over than this because Nicol Bolas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nicol Bolas is going to either of them, any of them.
Yeah.
I think I would almost. I think if the original Nicol Bolas from Legends did anything when it came into play, I think it would be better than this. I don't think this card's, other than these like niche interactions, like putting into play.
Yeah. I've always commander worthy. These are always been pretty good commanders, but commanders not what we're here to talk about. Like I said last week, I don't think any of these are cube worthy, period. Like they're not going in mine. So
I think if you really wanted to push and had like 1 3-color card per combination,
yeah,
some of these might be better than the existing options. I don't like what's the best Naya card. This might be better.
Probably Walnicottle.
Probably.
Yeah. Although I am here
on an absolute level, yeah, probably so. But this is probably better than any of the other actual 3-color cards.
Yeah.
But like I said,
like Ban, you just want to run what, Wargate or Rafik, right?
With a shield counter, you may look at the top card of your library. You may cast spells from the top of your library, removing a counter from creature control.
I believe a shield counter it's indestructible with a counter on it.
Is that what it means?
I don't know.
There's nothing on this card that says it means that.
Yeah, we're just guessing. So
if this was a 3/3 flying trample for 1 plus Bant mana, and it had that ability, because that ability is really powerful, right?
Yeah.
It's not as good as like Oracle of Moldiah because you can't play lands off the top.
No.
But is that better than I think it's better than Rafik, right? Rafik's not very good.
I'd rather have Wargate than Rafik.
I think your average Bant colored deck would probably prefer Wargate. Yep. Yeah.
But we will look at the new charms because they are getting some buzz. Like
we'll look at them, but I'll reiterate my concerns about 3-color cards. That goes triple for 3 mana like utility cards.
I don't think these are cube where they want to go on record, but we'll talk about it. But
yeah, I want to get a look at these planeswalkers.
So Elspeth is back.
She's looking ace.
Yeah.
Choose up to 1 target creature, put a +1/+1 counter and a counter. Ability counters. I don't like them. For a 5-mana planeswalker, I don't really like that. It's fast to the ultimate though.
She doesn't have a good track record being a 5-mana either. So
Yeah.
her numbers are good.
Hideaway 5. I love it. It's the return of Hideaway. It's way worse when it's on a 5-mana card, though.
Yeah. They're bringing Urbrask too. It's like he's chasing Jinkataxis, which is hilarious.
Casualty X. I'm looking at this Ob Nixilis.
Yeah.
Casualty X. The copy isn't legendary and has starting loyalty X. As you cast the spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power X. When you do copy the spell, the copy becomes a token.
Okay. I heard this set is really focusing on there's a lot of demons in this set. Like the whole plane is riddled with demons.
Just riddled.
Yeah.
This is an interesting design space, and 3-mana planeswalkers are usually deceptively powerful.
Jace, yeah, Nissa.
This doesn't look good though, to me.
This definitely is not going to replace Duretti, like for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Duretti's so powerful, but he is in a very specific archetype.
Mm-hmm.
He's not good in every like general red-black deck. So I could see Duretti being booted out for some other red-black planeswalker.
But probably not this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a cooler solution would be to make your red-black sections lean in a direction that made Duretti a good signpost for what a red-black deck should be.
Yeah.
What does Urbrask do?
Let's see.
Oh, that's cool. It's a 4/4 haste, and it gives like each player sort of one of these impulse draws where you just get it for that turn.
Yeah.
That's you get yours. They get theirs first though, so that's kind of a stinker.
Yeah. A 6-mana Vivian.
6-mana Vivian. I don't like this frame. I mean, you gotta love that that's like birthing pod planeswalker, right? Pod cube.
Oh, I don't know. That 6 mana. I'd rather just play Birthing Pod on turn 2 and just go to town.
So this is a really interesting planeswalker because there's no ultimate.
No, and she comes in, she can make a 4/4 immediately.
She makes a 4/4, or she starts cycling what you've already got on the board into who knows what.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I mean, it's interesting. It's different.
Yeah.
It's not the same formula of a planeswalker of like gain some advantage off the board, do some defense on the board, ultimate.
Nathan in chat says she points out that she immediately goes to 6, which is hard to kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
You remember the whole? Do you remember when I told you about Narset? Initially, when I tried Narset in my cube, that she started with 6, goes to like 7.
Yeah, that's legit. I think it really is. Although, I mean, especially thinking about it in terms of like how much pressure it takes off against an aggro deck, you know, it's going to get scary for mono red if you can just like start summoning up, just silver bullet, tutor up a kitchen finks,
she does,
and then turn that into.
She does kind of protect herself. She can make a 4/4 immediately, which is
well. But what I'm saying is, like, if you drop her on like turn 4 or 5 against an aggro deck, and then you turn your 2-mana, like, I don't know, one of those 2-mana mana dorks that are so popular these days, you turn that into a kitchen finks.
Yeah.
And you've got a 6 loyalty planeswalker. You've gained some life. You've got a blocker. And you're going to do the same thing to that kitchen finks again next time and get a 4-drop and gain more life.
Yeah, once Birthing Pod, you and I have both played Birthing Pod way back in the day. When it gets going, it gets going. It's kind of So this is an interesting cube card because I could see a real non-hypothetical cube wanting to play this because it solidifies an archetype, like Birthing Pod as an archetype. That's
You put 3 or 4 different Birthing Pod type enablers, even these like new ones that aren't really that good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a bunch of them and you make sure that you're like, make sure your green's mana curve is like a little more bulletproof at getting a chain. Now you've got a builder, you've got an archetype.
Yeah, exactly. Because more Birthing Pod effects you have, the more able to be drafted. Because right now, Birthing Pod is just the only card.
Right.
So if you see it,
or a bit, there's like Vanifar. Is that the creature?
Yeah,
or did she do something else?
Creature, yeah. She is a Birthing Pod, but she's also very vulnerable. She's like what 3/3.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, just raw plain old creatures they've spoiled a lot of stuff.
They have.
I don't think I have the wherewithal to read all these.
Yeah, we don't have.
But yeah, this Vivian looks interesting.
So let's see. We've already seen the Broker City was the first card they spoiled.
Yeah, that didn't seem great. Alliance. What does Alliance do? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield. Is that what Alliance does?
Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double in the turn. I guess.
That's fun. I just want to like make like 3 tokens. Right? If you make 3 tokens with this guy out, he becomes a 2/3 and then a 4/3 and then an 8/3.
With that example is Elspeth.
Yeah, debate like 6 mana Elspeth.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is if you put anything like put Bone Splitter on him, it goes from 3 to 6 to 12 to 24. That and with Trample and Haste,
oof.
He doesn't trigger himself, thankfully.
He does not.
Now,
if you had 2 of these on the field, that'd be pretty busted.
If you had 2 of them on the field, if you played 2 of them in the same turn, they trigger each other. Are you going to run all 10 Triomes?
Yes, I am. And that's probably it for the multicolor cards, except for the ones that like are necessary. Like maybe not even that. But yeah, I am running all 10 Triomes. Because again, they're fetchable. They fix mana. And 3, late game, if you haven't fetched it by turn 1, they draw you a card. Because 9 times out of 10, even though you like drafting it, you always fetch your Triumph turn 1. Unless you have a turn 1 play.
Unless it's in your hand.
Right. If it's in your hand, yes. If you got nothing on turn 1, you go first, you play your Triumph, boom. Your mana, your color's fixed, right?
Yeah.
And then if you need to get it late game, you fetch it. So the Triumphs have never proven to be a downsized card. Like everyone's drafting Triumphs. And now that the set's complete, yes.
So, okay, here are the downsides of Triumphs.
Okay.
10 slots is a lot of slots in a cube of your size.
Mm-hmm.
That's, to me, the biggest problem. It's taking up slots for more interesting cards. The second problem is maybe a little more subtle. I think having that much access, you have double fetches and a full cycle of Triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
That makes like 5-color good stuff super easy. As a player that likes to draft a 5-color mana base and just wank around for 3 hours while we play out the draft, I sometimes I want it to be harder for me to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I think I think that your cube is, I haven't played a lot of cubes. You know, I've played mine and yours and a handful of others.
Mm-hmm.
So on a large scale, I don't know if yours is particularly bad at like being prone to 5-color good stuff, just being like the default deck. But it's close. And I think adding more Triomes makes it worse.
We have one player who that's what he defaults to that, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't work all the time. Like he'll like if he sees like an Omnath, he takes it. He takes a Progenitus, he takes it. If he takes a Nimizid, he takes it. But then sometimes he kind of like screws himself because like crap, I didn't get my support because I was all in on 5-color, where it's not in the land base. It's not. He's taking like multicolored cards as he sees them, and then his deck doesn't work. So my cube is not rewarding 5-color players. What it does is it doesn't punish them either. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. But if they get it, it's just as beatable as any other deck. It's not like super broken.
Well, I mean, you spend a lot more time with your cube than I do. So if you feel that way, then that's probably not a concern for you. But what I think you should consider is possibly just running these 5 Triomes instead of the original ones.
So the original shard colors?
Yeah, run the wedge ones instead of the not the wedge ones. Run the shard ones, these new ones, instead of the wedge ones. Because I feel like you're some percentage more likely to draft one of those combinations than you are to do like white, red, blue. There's less white, red. There's less wedge decks than there are shard decks.
What about cutting the extra fetch?
I like that extra fetch, and the extra. I was gonna say the extra fetch helps like the land-based deck.
Yeah.
But more Triomes kind of does too.
Yeah.
But I think the fetches are more important. I'm not sure.
Well, in any event, the Triomes are going to get tested regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I would just keep an eye on like if it feels like you're seeing too many non-basic lands.
Yeah.
You know, my cube was definitely at a point like that when I was running all 10 of the plain come into play tapped those lands.
Yeah. And again, if these lands didn't have the fetchable land types, I won't even think about them.
Right.
Like, that's their selling point, is that they can be fetched by any of the fetch lands. Like that's their selling point.
Compared to those original Shards of Alara lands, this is an embarrassment of riches. They have land types and cycling.
Yeah.
Like
it should be mythics.
We've come a long way, baby. Yeah. No, well, you know, the original ones were uncommon, so maybe it's fine to just bump these to rare.
All right, here are the charms.
All right. The charms.
Now, again, I'm going to go on record. I don't think any of these charms are queuable, and they're not going in mine. I've heard the Jund one is actually getting talked as the best one, but I think the Esper one is good for like Pioneer and Modern because of the return target multicolor permanent. Get back your 3 fairy, get back your Grease Fang for decks like mine. Stupid. It's instant speed too. It's retarded.
I mean, yeah, especially in Modern where you're going to have plenty of access to your colors.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, I wish cards like this were viable in Cube. Like, you look at the Bant one, you get this incidental enchantment destruction. At the worst, it's draw 2, you know?
Yeah.
That's a
I think Esper Charm. I think Esper Charm actually had draw 2 on there. But
then you get this sort of like cool combat trick kind of thing that hits planeswalkers. Like, that's a cool card. That's a good solid utility card.
You hate planeswalkers.
I hate planeswalkers. I love shit that kills planeswalkers, but like these are either going to be last picks because nobody's in that shard, or somebody gets a wheel that's like really effective in their deck,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew that they would get it on the wheel anyway. You know, like you're not really rewarding any planning. So yeah, I just don't see it for Cube.
No, me neither. So the only other card I wanted to talk to you about is this one.
An offer you can't refuse. Counter non-creature spell its controller creates. Oh.
Now, my question is, how important is giving them 2 treasures for a 1-mana negate?
It's definitely worth testing. My sense is it's really good in combo decks and not as good in control decks. You know, like that would be my guess.
Yeah.
But you should I would be really excited to see how that card plays.
That is a hard counter.
It is a hard counter.
The days of negates might be over.
I think that drawback is real. And I think it's really real in Cube.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be really risky to well, I guess what I like about this is I think there's a lot of like play. There's a lot of skill here, right? Because if you're playing mono red, those treasures aren't going to do anything.
No.
It's not gonna get them. You're gonna counter their Koth with this, and those 2 treasures won't matter.
For 1 blue.
For 1 blue. That seems very strong. But if you're you can't counter their Farseek with this or something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think. There's lots of things like countering a Signet with this is very, very questionable. Right?
Yeah.
I think there's lots of cases where I would be pretty happy if somebody countered my Signet with this. So I don't know. But this is the kind of card that I love because I've played this game for going
almost
on
30 years.
Over to almost 30 years now, and I don't know how to evaluate this card. That's a big win for me.
So another thing that look at Cube potentials, I don't just look at Cube. I look at like form like cards in other formats like Modern Legacy. And I look at one-ofs.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, there was I think the what's her name? It was a 6-mana angel, Linvala. She was a 6-mana angel that if you prono control more creatures, you get a 3/3 with it too. A lot of control decks back then running just 1 copy of, and 1 copy's like spark an interest me to at least investigate.
Yeah,
what's going on. This card shows me like this has just more potential than Cube, like Legacy, Vintage. Like this is insane.
Oh yeah, this is a what's the adjective I want? This is an important card. I think this will make waves.
Yeah. Like does this replace Spell Pierce? Does it?
I love that it's like it's the opposite of Spell Pierce. It's like
them too. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I didn't know about this card, Miscast. That's kind of cool. It's not very good, but yeah, this card could go places. I could also see it just I suspect it'll be the type of card that is occasionally the metagame answer. You want this for the metagame instead of Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
And my guess is if I were repeatedly going to tournaments and playing a deck where that decision was relevant, I'd probably just keep a play set of both.
Yeah.
Available, and then at deck registration time, that's when I pick.
if you're thinking about big non-creature spells like finishers, like Torment of Hellfire and like an Elspeth or 6-mana point like Elspeth, Jace. Well, we'll take Jace out of the command because that's the control shell. But take like Teferi, right? Or 3 or 5. Yeah, big planeswalkers that are playing on turn 3 on curve to get on the field to get ahead. This what gives them treasure, controlling like that, like kind of like stop the engine. Because this is a hard counter. If they don't counter this, it's not like Spell Pierce where you have to play around it. This hits it. And if this resolves, your stuff's countered. So,
well, right. I mean, but it's still 1 for 1 and gives them these extra resources.
That's true.
I don't think it's a slam dunk in every matchup, because sometimes like the utility of being able to slow them down with an early Spell Pierce is key. And that could get you in a disastrous situation with this card.
Yeah. If you are playing Swan Song, though, this card replaces Swan Song for sure. Counter instant target enchantment, they get a 2/2. Yeah, this replaces that. If
aren't there decks though where giving them access to 2 free mana that they can use whenever they want is more important than a 2/2?
No, 2/2 is a creature they can beat down with.
Yeah, but over 10 turns. In certain matchups, 2 mana in the mid game could be the difference.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. I think some instances require Swan Song to be better than this.
Yeah.
But this can hit planeswalkers. Swan Song can't.
Oh yeah. That absolutely. I think I don't know much about Modern as a format, but or Legacy or any of these, but
yeah,
it is interesting to me that there's enough texture to the format where you have to decide, like, I want to counter non-creature spells for 1 mana. What are my options? And you have a whole array.
Yeah,
I like that. I mean, it lets you make a decision you have the opportunity to make a decision that makes you better than the other guy in the room. That's the spikiest thing you could say.
If you have like if you're running some broken like the 4-mana Karn that shuts down your opponent's artifacts, to hell with the treasures. They're not using them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I was thinking in terms of just the opponent's matchup, but obviously synergies with your own deck make a lot of difference too.
So I think this card is going to be a big impact on formats: Cube, Modern, Pioneer, Legacy, maybe Vintage. That this is, if you're running like Swan Song or Spell Pierce, you now have a third option that might replace one of those. And in Cube, it's like you got to think like, well, I'm running Spell Pierce. Maybe I don't cut Spell Pierce, but if your cube has like just flat negate, okay, flat negate, because sometimes you don't have 2 mana open for negate. You got to play around it. Sometimes there's a lot of times where I'm stuck at 1 and I have negate in my hand. I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the exact suite of cards that a cube designer chooses. There aren't that many slots for cheap conditional counter spells.
No.
And it gets tighter all the time. And this is another really, really good option. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Well, it's an offer you can't refuse that much.
Scroll up. There was something. What is Halo Fountain? That looks kind of cool. Oh, that's very bad. Untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1. Untap 15 tapped creatures you control. Win the game.
In response, I had my 3 fairy out Verdict.
You know where I like this card? This is the finisher that I've always wanted for my opposition decks.
Halo Fountain. Yeah.
Oh man. How good would this card be with opposition though, by the way?
Pretty good. but for 5 white,
honestly, opposition really doesn't need this card.
no,
It's the sad part. It's the
it
sad
does
part.
not. No, but this
So
also
you mean
strangle.
I'm sorry, I talked over you.
Strangle. For 1 red. I mean, it's sorcery.
I think if you, yeah, well, does common come into it?
For Pauper.
Yeah,
Pauper,
but the planeswalker clause doesn't really matter.
Playing Pauper, you're not gonna have a common planeswalker. I mean, that's just common sense. But it's 1 mana, you know. Well,
this is a good card, 100%.
I forgot about Flame Slash.
If this was an instant, I'd say this over Flame Slash.
Well, yeah,
I would say this over Flame Slash. This is better than Flame Slash, probably in a cube with rares.
Yes.
But Flame Slash is going to be better in a Pauper cube, ironically. Of course, it also depends on the 4 toughness barrier.
Yeah.
Right? How important is 4 toughness?
Well, let me just think here off the top of my head. So 3 fairy comes in with 4. But it's about 50-50 split. 50% will +1 them, or 53 will -3 them to bounce them to draw.
Yeah.
So, and one key thing is Jason Mind Sculptor. About 80% of the time, people will just brainstorm him. He comes in with 3.
and then this pops him. Yeah. If all you get out of your 4-mana walker is a brainstorm, I mean, that's powerful. But unless you've been able to shuffle that away with with fetchlands or something, it's not that good. Yeah, no, I think this is a fantastic card. I think it's very solid.
Yeah.
I like that the two best cards I've seen so far for this set are a common and an uncommon.
Yeah. Let's see.
Murder, that fits.
Murder, yeah. A mysterious limousine.
Do you like vehicles? Do you prefer equipment?
In Pioneer, I'm running Grease Fang, which brings back the Parhelion and Bash for 13.
Oh, nice.
Vehicles, I mean, Smuggler's Copter, Reckoner Bank Buster all proven pretty good.
Has that turned out?
A lot of vehicles in my cube, so there's not a whole lot. I just think like their mana cost is extremely high for cube, and like
tends to be.
And it tends to be like the higher the CMC on a vehicle, the lower the crew cost, which I guess is Wizards way of saying it's a trade-off. Oh, we're gonna make this 10-mana vehicle, but it's crew 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's there's a lot of knobs to turn on vehicles. I think that's probably why they like them so much.
I think Fleet Wheel Cruiser is the only one you can actually sit there and vibe for as an actual card, because when you play it, it comes as a creature automatically and bashes for 4 trample. So that has.
I remember seeing somebody play that in a cube draft at some point. Yeah. Probably.
I think that's probably the only vehicle without Smuggler's Copter coming into play as something that's, hey, this you could bash for 4. You can win the game with this, or you can have no creatures to crew it again. It's a 4/2 with trample. Yeah, it's got a weak butt, but it's.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
it feels like a very red card to me.
Yeah. Getaway card.
I would draft so many Chrome Cats just in a normal retail draft. That card seems great.
Yeah.
These full art lands are impressive.
They are. They're beautiful, actually. These are. And
I really like. I like this island with the statue on it.
Yeah.
That looks pretty sick.
And it looks like they're having common lands come in tap for 2 colors. And then for 4, you can sacrifice a draw card. 4 seems a lot. to draw a card.
It's in retail limited. How good is this? Right. This is compared to those like lands that come into play tapped and gain you a life.
Yeah.
Late game, these just cycle.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good for retail limited. Probably, if I still had a popper cube, I'd probably switch to those.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I think that's about it. I think that's all the cards we want to talk about.
Yeah. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of 3-color stuff that most cubes will pretty safely be able to just ignore.
Okay. So
that would be my guess.
So we'll get on the actual drafting the cubes now. So this is the draft pod. This is what I was telling you about.
Yeah.
This is the actual thing where they'll simulate a moto draft for you with a timer and everything. So
Cool.
I've drafted these mini decks. So let's see.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right,
This is an old cube, huh?
It's the oldest one they have. So what are we taking?
Oh, I would probably just take Mana Crypt here. But I'm a degenerate.
Mana Crypt, Tezzeret, maybe? We're kind of already on a theme here.
Yeah, let's take Tezzeret. I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
Time Twister. Yeah, give me that Time Twister. I'm doing stupid shit.
We are doing stupid things.
Oh yeah.
Tango Wire. There's a Signet. There's a Luteral Core.
Give me that looter. Let's just cut blue.
Cameroons or Tundra.
Tundra easily.
Search.
Search or Monastery Mentor.
Ooh, Mentor. I like that. Oh,
Urza, easy.
All day.
I didn't even look.
There was no looking in that deck. We saw Urza. We're going, yep, we're an Urza deck. Well, all right. So there's the Mindslaver, which means there's a Kami Ruins floating around here too. But there's also a Mishra's Workshop.
Our Mishra's Workshop will probably be good. I think we should take that. The other consideration, I think, is Jace, which might just be better.
The chat room is saying take the Oko. Apparently, you hate draft the Oko.
All right, I think I would pick Workshop, but I'm open to Oko. We can make him work.
Chalice.
Take the Chalice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the Watery Grave. I would maybe Welder. No, I would take the Welder. Celestia Signet, probably.
Caracas.
Yeah.
We are kind of like going in the white. We got 7 seconds.
Caracas is fine. Take the port.
Yeah, looks like
Eureka's. Yeah, we would probably play Fetters.
Come on. There you go. Sideboard.
There are several very, very solid picks here.
Assault Monolith or the Narset?
I could see Archmage, Narset, Ponder, Inquisition, Mind Twist, Shelldock, or Basalt Monolith. So I think we will wheel something out of here.
I think we have time twister. We take Narset.
Does Chad have a feeling? We
They're
took
saying
that tongue
Sheldon.
twist. They're saying Sheldon.
I would take Narset because like if I have because right now my deck now has two themes, more centralized. I'm running Urza artifacts and a time twister Narset as a backup.
Yeah, I mean that's reasonable.
All right. Do you want a Jet or a Sapphire?
Well, we need to take the Sapphire. Certainly.
Oh my lord. Jeez. Blue is so busted.
Probably. Is it Memory Jar? It's good with Narset.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, the Karn works with the construct with Urza.
Yeah.
I'm looking at our instant sorceries. Snap.
Our instants and sorceries aren't impressive. I would take Karn here.
Yeah, 4-mana Karn. All right, so
we're not Storm.
We're not Storm. But
we're not Gush. I mean, yeah, Gush is interesting. Could it be Condemn or Linvala?
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
Or Godless Shrine. We don't really have any black, but we have a Watery Grave.
Maybe it's some Vala.
I could see it. I would probably take Godless Shrine here, but I'm boring and just take lands.
No,
probably the Metamorph.
Probably. No, it is Metamorph. All right, so Verdant fetches just the Watery Grave.
It currently, yeah. But that makes it a green-blue dual land.
Yeah.
And if we get we want to play green so we can play Oko. I would take the Catacombs. Nothing else there really excites me. Here.
Cohesive Portal?
That's what I was thinking. Sundering Titan would be maybe the other option. Phyrexian Revoker isn't bad either, but I probably the Coercive Portal. Now we take the Monolith. I'm happy that we wheeled that.
Bizarre. We're not Wall of Omens?
Probably. Good early defensive play. Could play the Scrap Savant. Like, we're probably not going to play the Welder, but it's interesting to have those options.
Do we have enough to just play a Kozilek with Urza?
Yeah, that's probably going to please the crowd more than...
Yeah.
Take that Thraben Inspector, too. That's actually kind of interesting for us.
And the Vala Wield.
Okay, see, that's why you don't need to take it too early.
And I think I'm going to hate draft this Banefire.
That's reasonable.
And this Fire Cloud. Third pack. All right, we'll leave that alone for just a second.
Hypothetically, Word Power Stone second out of here.
Right, but the chat would hate me.
Hypothetically.
All right, so there's a Scrubland now with Verdant Catacombs, makes our Godless Shrine kind of more.
That makes our Verdant Catacombs fetch white and blue and green. Yeah. I like that Scrubland. I think it's fantastic. Nothing else here is all that interesting either.
Flooded Strand or the
Metal
Bribery.
Metal Worker. That was a good pack, though. I hate to pass some of those other options.
Too bad we're not a Tinker deck.
No.
You want to take another Signet? Gives us access to green.
Yeah, that's a good Signet to take.
Marsh Flats. There's also an Ashiok or Coalition Relic.
How many 3-mana rocks do we have? We have Basalt Monolith and Metalworker.
Yeah.
We could take the Coalition Relic.
Take
We
the
need-
relic. Drain Dynamo. Or do we
Or
take
Teferi.
Oof.
Or Breeding Pool. We got some options here.
Yeah, we do. We got 36 seconds.
I would take Teferi here.
Who doesn't love playing against 3 fairy?
Right?
There's a relic, swords.
I'd storing Wildwood is interesting as well. I would take swords though.
Arid Mesa fetches our
Oh.
tundra. Arid Mesa also fetches our scrubland.
Arid
Also poison.
We don't actually need the black mana, so it doesn't really matter.
It does fetch our tundra though.
Maybe that's worth it.
Yeah.
Giver of Runes would be the other option, and that doesn't really move me.
Nykthos Wield.
We're not in any position to play Nykthos, are we? If we cut green,
Yeah, I think we got too many non-blue cards. Yeah.
well, we have too many non-blue cards.
Yeah.
Could we get away with not playing those non-blue cards?
Our deck is not. We didn't take a lot. We didn't like. Hey, we didn't take blue a
We-
lot. So.
We would be cutting for white. We would be cutting Thraben Inspector, swords. Well, it's not. That's fine.
I took Hangerback Logger to Paddle for Metal Worker.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's quite good actually.
Angel of Invention makes you can make 2 artifact creatures that can become Mox Sapphires.
Or we could just play Mana Tithe and make people angry.
Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. I think we go a hate draft for this one.
What a man. Yeah, something like that.
Beaumont Courier.
I would take Kitchen Finks for the sideboard.
Hear me out. We take that with Urza. Just play
Yeah, side that in against the slowest decks, I guess.
Oh crap! I think it's picking for us. Like,
We'll play that Stirring Wildwood though.
all right. So let's see. What are we cutting?
The Welder.
Hey,
Blood
gave us a
Braid.
blood braid off.
Linvala. I think Linvala's interesting. So do me a favor, move Everflowing Chalice to the 2 slot. Does it not let us do that?
It's not.
Oh, janky.
Yeah.
So wait, so this is, we have 2 0-cost artifacts. I treat those as just lands.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to cut 4 cards.
Yeah. It already has filled in our land base,
Oh, I see. Okay.
which we can also modify.
I would probably think about cutting maybe Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector, we need early plays, right? I think we need chat to ping to chime in here. Does chat have any feelings on this?
I'm asking. See, so that's why I need to hire someone to come be my chat room person. Hey, chat this for me. Type it.
Have I discussed with you my hourly rate?
I've already offered a couple of people at work that I paid $20 per stream.
Oh, that's way less than my rate. My hourly rate is very high. And sometimes I even get what I asked for with it. So here's the thing. Looking at this deck, I would count Mana Crypt and Mock Sapphire as lands, which means we're running 19 lands.
All right.
Which we don't need to be. So 2 lands come out, like maybe it's a forest and an island. I don't know. I don't want to actually calculate the mana base here. I've spent all day working. My brain's tired. But that's 2 of your cards. Well, wait, you've got 16 lands. You need to take 1 more land out.
So do we cut?
Oh, no. Take out just a basic island and a basic forest. Yeah.
So already one
the
more?
The island straight up replaces the Mock Sapphire, or rather the opposite.
Yeah.
The Mana Crypt's colorless, but we don't actually really need 2 forests. We have a Stirring Wildwood, we have a forest, we have a Golgari Signet, we have a Celestia Signet. We have plenty of green sources.
Yeah. We just cut the forest?
No, we already cut 1, and I do want to keep another one for Verdant Catacombs to fetch.
All right.
I think if you found in playing, you still need to cut 1 more card though, right?
Yeah. The chat is saying cut Karn.
I would rather cut Kozilek, right? Or
do we cut a land? Like
I don't think
we Shard Import deck?
Well, I think any deck where you're gonna tend to have more mana than your opponent, Rishad Import gets better, right?
Hmm.
If I have 2 more mana than you, I can spend 2 of my lands to lock your development down, but still be doing stuff.
They're saying Kozilek is the correct cut.
I think. Well, I mean, if the question is like, what do you do that's big to end the game? Like, I think we have other ways to win the game.
I think one way to win the game is with Narset and Time Twister, that you just win that way. Or you
that doesn't win the game, does it?
They only draw 1 and we draw 7. Our advantage is,
but if they're ahead on the board, we may not be able to break through.
Oko also does that trick too. Oko can also win the game.
Yeah, I would be really interested to see how this deck plays out. I'm not sure. There may be something from this bottom part here that we could cut. Like I think in some matchups you want Kozilek and you don't want Mana Tithe.
Yeah,
you probably want. The configuration you probably want is to start with Mana Tithe and Thraben Inspector and Kozilek in the board. Right? Depending on, like, if there was a good aggro deck that somebody was talking about on the other side of the table, then maybe you want to edge towards being able to deal with aggro better. And in that case, I think that's what you would do. Maybe take out Hangerback and Kozilek and put back in Thraben. But this is a really cool deck.
I think I have all the cards in here to build this. Except for Ludicrous would be the new one from that has Daybound.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only change it would be.
I would unequivocally choose that new card for my cube if it weren't a double face card.
That's true.
If it was just an unblockable dude that can sometimes block, that's a strict upgrade to Luteral Core.
Yeah.
Because Luteral Core is basically, I can't be blocked, but I can't block. unless it's Tempest Block constructed when there was a bunch of shadow cards.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm gonna go here in a minute, but
now
how long is that Mardu cube out for?
Available? I don't know. I mean, we can.
I would save that. This is a really cool deck. It's one of the cool ones.
I think it's already
drafted in a while.
saved. Let me see. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah,
right
it saves
there.
automatically.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let me find out here.
Have you been playing Twilight Struggle?
Well, I put it back on my computer.
Man, I love that game. I miss playing it.
Yeah.
We need to meet up and play it in person sometime.
Yeah. We should sit on the border of Ukraine and Russia and play it.
There are some other games from that company that kind of they do similar like card play mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one that's literally about the like anti-communist revolutions that happened in the late 80s in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
That looked kind of cool. There was one about I don't know, like rebels in South America or something. Nothing is quite as cool and is like ends on 4/13. That's next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, if you pop on there, let's run through a draft. I want to run through a draft of that.
All right. So I need to stop sharing for a moment because I need to do some stuff on here. I can't have you all look.
Oh, absolutely not.
What does that end?
What is it?
So they have this thing on Moto where it's a mythic event token, and if you pay $25, you get access to any card in Magic to build decks, whatever you want. The price doesn't matter.
Forever?
Date, huh?
Oh, up until a date?
A certain like April 6th is when it says. So
you just pay $25 and you can basically play any format you want.
Any deck you want.
That, any deck, any format.
You have access to any card you want. Doesn't matter how much they cost. Like if you want 4 Ragavans, it's like 4 Ragavans on Moto cost 410 tickets.
Right. But you only get it for a limited time. Yeah. I tell you, if Magic had just a $20 a month, play all whatever constructed you want, play whatever draft you wanted.
Well, I'd definitely be doing that.
Yeah. There's a number where I wouldn't do it anymore, but if it was like a Spotify price or a Netflix type price, I'd be on it for life. I would buy a lifetime membership probably. Probably not, but
okay. All right. So
the Mardu cube.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's out there doing the experimentation, building these structurally whack cubes. What if you built a cube? It was entirely modular, and you just chose what colors you wanted in it, and shuffled those chunks together.
Yeah.
What are we playing tonight? Esper cube. Mardu cube. All right, I'm gonna stay for the draft portion. You got to let me know how it goes, though.
Do you know how to end this, or does it end the stream so I can keep it a constant feed?
That I don't think we can do.
Ugh. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll draft it. I'll end the talk. Yeah. And I'll upload gameplay of the actual deck. So it'll be two separate podcasts. That way I can end the key talk in the series.
Oh yeah.
Because then I gotta like download both episodes and combine them.
Oh yeah, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I think I asked you last time. So I was like, do you know why you can figure out how to end the meeting without ending the stream?
Yeah, there's not, as far as I know. Like, it's like the broadcast is coming from this Zoom call.
Yeah.
And there's no way to like cleanly switch it over, as far as I know.
So we'll draft, and then
Yeah.
we'll build the deck, and then we'll end the show, and then I'll start another broadcast with the deck.
Yeah.
For like a separate upload that'll go with it. So
all right, listen, we've got 4 people left to get in this queue. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick. I got my headphones in, so just shout if it's
all right. We're up to 7.
Oh geez. All right. Well, I'm just gonna come on back in then.
No, go on. Go ahead. Go. You're good.
No, I'm just gonna come back in. I've wasted too much time. All right, I'm back. All right, see, just right on time. Mardu Cube. Mardu Cube.
Right off the bat, I recognize a Hazoret, a Lola Spider Queen, Karn, Restoration.
I want to take either Resto or Sword of Sinew and Steel. Pro black and red.
Oh yes, absolutely.
In a Mardu Cube.
Yes. Jeez.
Plus, it doesn't commit us to a color of any kind.
There's a Dreadhorde General, Ashen Rider, a Yawgmoth.
I think we just get Stoneforge to get our bomb ass equipment.
Right? Oh, I didn't see her. There is the Triome that we passed.
Oh yeah, that's a clutch card too. It seems like.
Yeah, and you can play anything you want in this cube.
This is neat. Now there's going to be a lot of artifact destruction, I think, in this cube.
So we got a Mardu. Huh.
That doesn't seem great. Plus, I don't know that we necessarily want to be all 3 colors.
There's a Tegrid.
How
many sacrifice effects? There's a Karma Guide.
Protection from black.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Take that. Oh, an ink guide.
I like that.
Magisters of Worth. Dreadhorde Butcher. Oh,
we're really solidly white so far.
We take Cavalier.
Could be. We could get back Sword with it.
We're going mono white protection from the cube itself.
Maybe that's a thing.
Maybe. Dawn of Hope.
Phyrexian Metamorph, what are you doing in here?
Technically not a blue card. I think
that just goes to show you how not a blue card Phyrexian Metamorph is.
Metamorph is, yeah.
Yeah, I think we take that. I think so.
They didn't eliminate just the red, black, and white colors. They said, like, if it's got black in the mana symbol, even if it's a hybrid, you're in. Or you're eligible to be in.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that it's in there. I don't. To be fair, I'm usually drafting blue in cube, but I don't think I ever actually spend blue mana to cast this card.
Like, no, you always spend life.
It's rare.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a Feldon. What's this one? Okay.
Just discard.
Pink
What is
Buster.
Spirit Sisters call?
The channel has had a history of this week. So
Is it a
So this
positive
is-
history or a negative history?
it's a neutral history. So this is like, all right, this is like if you're in step, pick something in your graveyard. It's permanent. Say like a creature.
I think we should take this 3-1 to carry our equipment.
Where's that at? Oh,
One on the end.
season Hollywood. But yeah,
We're cutting white.
Yeah, so I got this creature in my deck. You're almost sacrifice his token to flip flop.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea was like someone actually wrote to me in an email. It was like, hey, can you break this Soul Sisters and Pioneer Modern? I was like, sure. They gave me one card to try out Omniscience. I was like, oh god. Butcher of the Horde.
Or we could take Heirloom Blade.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Archangel.
Yeah, we have a lot of
there's an
fives
Ahiri.
though. Ooh. I think we could think about Nahiri. Or Thune. Either one.
Regaining much life? No. But I like Nahiri. We can play. She doesn't nearly have to be in the deck. She can be a sideboard, but we play her. She can get one of these big fat creatures out for free.
That's true.
So
the thing that I really liked about taking Archangel there is that it solidly cut white. There were no other mono white cards.
all right, now we're back. So
Slick. Huh. I feel like it's probably Slayer's Stronghold that's actually the pick here, but it's not an exciting pick. I mean, Liliana's just so good, right?
She is, yeah.
We can be white-black. We can figure this out.
We still have 2 more packs to go through.
Yeah. It's still early.
Looks like we might go Mardu after all. Okay. Well, Blade Historian might be worth it.
It's certainly good with the sword.
Yeah, I'll take that. We can also play that in our deck. We don't need the red.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think I would rather be white-red than play Liliana. Like, she's a strong card, but
she is.
I think white-red sort of fits the cards that we've taken better.
Yeah. We still got 2 more packs to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't hide that Liliana. I mean, it's way too early to know if she's gonna get cut. That's a very strong mythic rare. Like
I think I cut her for my cube eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I like those. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, okay.
5 mana, exile something.
Spite Mare is an interesting card. Are we gaining life in any way?
I don't have any lifelink creatures in here now.
Yeah.
Spite Mare it is.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And we get
Oh, that's really good for our deck, I think. All right, this is kind of cool.
Channel
like
running Spirit Sisters in Mardu draft. God help us. We've been playing this all week. We're playing in draft. Played it Tuesday in Modern. Played it yesterday in Pioneer.
Oh wow, in multiple formats.
All right, so white cards. We got Precinct Captain, Regal Caracal, Solemn, but there is a Liliana up there.
Well, look how much good white red we have.
Okay.
Do we really want to be taking a double black 3-mana card?
No, probably not. Let me read Banish Slash one more time.
What about Precinct? What about Precinct Captain or Inspiring Vantage? Or what is this? Hexproof for monocolored. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 4/4. That'll probably wheel. I would take Precinct Captain or the Vantage.
I want the lands.
Very reasonable. Espers. Ooh, a Johnny.
But we don't have any lifelink, so it's not gonna the 2/2s.
Yeah. You're right.
The primate is not going to take it unless. Well, right now this is the only lifelink creature I've seen.
Yeah, that's triple black. I don't want anything to do with that.
The Spirit Sisters deck I'm running have been running all the Cavaliers.
Oh yeah.
They have ETBs, and when they leave the field, something happens. So.
Hey, what about Showdown of the Scalds? That'll probably wheel. I like Esper Sentinel.
Yeah, take the Esper Sentinel. All right.
Ooh, Giant Killer maybe. Other horses you control. Do we have any other horses? Is Spite-Mare a horse?
We gain life. We get a 5/5. Any kind. I mean, even if it's just one, we get a 5/5, and then is
Spite-Mare a horse?
Let's see. No.
Why couldn't it be a horse elemental?
There's a Lingering Souls right here too.
I think we want Giant Killer.
Yeah.
Or maybe something red. I don't know. This is a hard cube. I don't know. It's hard to sort of assess.
They cut black. They cut blue and green. God.
I know. Mardu is one of my least favorite color combinations. I won't lie. What's your logo there? Your icon?
It's a brother pair from Crimson Val.
Oh.
All right. So
Arena Rector, Selfless Spirit. Helix is interesting. Or Sunbaked Canyon. I would do Sunbaked Canyon or Manatize, I think.
Like, I'm not like, if I have the opportunity to play Manatize, I'm not passing it up because even if somebody knows, hey, I just want before we play, I have Manatize in my deck. Cool, bro. You forget about it. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. It's also a counterspell in Mardu colors.
No one will be expecting it.
No. Hallowed Spirit Keeper, Restoration of Ganju.
Oh, fuck. What does it do? I don't know. That's a lot of text to parse. That's it. Maybe. I think I like Hallowed Spirit Keeper better, maybe.
Right. Godo.
It's a 3/3 for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this? What does the True Fire Captain do? I think I'd take Hallowed Spirit Keeper, I guess. Oh.
There's Kitchen Finks. There's our life gain that we no longer need to worry about now.
I think a better life gain card. This card locks it on Warhammer.
Oh,
that used to be a cube staple a long fucking time ago.
yeah.
So sorry.
I think we should go all in on the Stoneforge.
Anything that says equipment,
yeah,
we probably take.
Oh, Kalia, but not the real one. Crap. Darn it.
Intrepid Adversary is interesting.
That has lifelink too, yeah. But approach.
Yeah, and it's also just a good aggressive creature.
Yeah. All right. Intrepid it is.
I wonder if there's like multiple. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, I think we want SRAM, right? Court of Grace. We should be able to like get in attackers and keep the Monarch.
Yeah.
I could see either one of those. Those are two interesting choices.
I think SRAM might just be a better engine.
Yeah, I would. Plus, it's just a cheaper creature.
Yeah. So we go ahead and.
Yeah. So what are we at? 18 cards?
Total 20 total.
Well, 2 of those are lands though. But we're at 18 playables. That's okay. That's okay for pack 2. I think we're in.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in relatively okay shape. Man, I made steak tonight for dinner. It was good.
Solemn?
Banishing Slash?
Or do you want to go with this guy?
We've got 4 multicolored spells.
Yeah.
I think Banishing Slash. It's just more interactive. Can I read it though?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I got it.
Oh, it hits tap creatures too. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that seems solid.
You think
Especially
that's the sorcery though? Man, it's too long.
It would be kind of busted if it was. Well, it wouldn't be busted. If it was an instant, you could just kill their attacking creature before it hit you.
Well, look, all the cards they put out now, like you kind of need something that does it at instant speed, like to kill it. Like swing with this Ragavan. Nope.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Kill it.
Yeah, that sorcery is a big drawback. I don't think it's quite good enough for cube, unfortunately. What about Heraldic Banner? Literally all of our creatures are white.
Yeah. What does this one do? I'll reserve that. Huh.
I think the banner will do us better, but that's an interesting card. We'll take that horse, I guess.
Do we want Queen Marchesa?
Let's see. I mean, just hate it. Maybe
yeah.
I had that played against me in actual like conspiracy draft, and it was no
rough.
Joke.
Yeah.
That card was no joke.
She seems perfect in this queue. Like, all right, let me see what this one does. We're not doing that.
Take Godo. Maybe Grin. Well, I don't want Grinza. There's a chance we'll play Godo.
Okay.
In this cube, paying 6 mana to get your Sword of Sinew and Steel is probably fine, right? Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And we got approach.
Yeah. Thank
Unfortunately,
goodness.
the third pack. All right.
Thank goodness.
All right. So, wedding announcement.
What does it do? Oh.
Why is Ugin in here?
He's Mardu. I think Flicker Wisp or wedding announcement. Wedding announcement seems pretty cool. It makes dudes. Gather townsfolk. Young Peasy, mentor of the meek. Mythos of Spandex. I know that's not how that's pronounced. Cave of the Frost Dragon. I think mentor of the meek, right? That seems fantastic for our deck. We're going to go wide.
Okay.
Maybe. Listen, don't listen to me. I haven't played a game of Magic in a long time.
Spandex. Beneless Marshall. Stone Hewer Giant.
Yeah, take that one. I think Benelish Marshall might wheel. That might be overly hopeful.
This is even for 5, it's a better.
Mm-hmm.
Did we just go with Worm Coil?
That's what I would reserve. But so the question is, I would take Worm Coil. Bygone Bishop might wheel. Siege Gang Commanders and also another possibility, but I don't think we want that. We'll just take Wormy.
This card. I've heard so much talk about this card.
Is this just a white dude? A human samurai white dude?
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise.
Come on, Wizards.
He's the last samurai. All right, you got Spear, Student of Warfare, Imperial Recruiter. There is a Nobles of War.
Wow. Well, I mean, I don't know that we need any more 5s, right?
No, probably not. Do we want to take this dragon? You get another equipment.
Okay, yeah, take that. The other choice might have been there was a smaller creature. There's like a 2-drop, I think. That may be what we need to be focusing on is our early aggressive plays.
Yeah.
Although we haven't really been seeing a ton of that. It may be kind of tuned down a little bit in this cube so that the mid-range.
Yeah, you put all the white weenies, everyone's just going to draft that all the time.
I mean, people that want to sacrifice, enjoyment of drafting for their win percentage. Yeah.
All right. Arid Mesa.
There's nothing really else that I would take here. Maybe Yorion.
Then we got to play it. Then we got to play like 60 card deck.
No, you just play it in your deck, right?
Nah, we're not a Yorion deck. We're not. We don't have a lot of ETBs.
We really don't.
No, Arid Mesa.
That Arid Mesa is very nice.
That can actually fix our red issue. So,
well, we're already over playable. So, like playing a land is just that's a free card that is.
Hey, look, it's the cube charm itself.
Man, it's got to feel good to be Mardu Charm in this cube.
There's an ephemerate.
Well, but we don't have a lot of enter the battlefield.
But it does get out of the kill spell.
I got to tell you, I don't really like anything else here. I wouldn't take Mardu Charm. I don't know that Mardu Charm is good in the Mardu cube, to be honest with you. Yep. Doesn't even really matter what it says.
That actually works really good.
Yeah, that's super good.
Angel Despair.
I love that lady. She's won me so many like shitty standard tournaments
Yeah.
back in the day. I think maybe I would take Mishra's Factory.
Okay.
And then I think I would take Orum's Thunder for the sideboard.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That double red makes it feel pretty unlikely that we'll play either of those two red cards. I don't know which of those is better. Like hate drafting doesn't matter really. I would, yeah, we're more likely to play that than a double red card.
Yeah. Student.
Well, yeah, that's a definite possibility. This deck building is going to be interesting.
I'm hate drafting Friction Obliterator. I do not want to go against that, especially with us like swinging with.
If we're this close to mono white, somebody could be that close to mono black. So
yeah, we're hate drafting Friction Obliterator.
But hate drafting doesn't matter in these leagues. You're almost certainly not going to play that person. So you just somebody was hoping for that to wheel and it didn't. And you ruined their day, Jeff. For no benefit to yourself.
Mission successful.
Yeah, so we've got we need to cut a bunch of cards.
You have enough time to actually build the deck and then go?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and build the deck.
All right.
So we've got 36 cards. Take out Godo and Approach of the Second Sun. So now we have 34 cards. We need to cut a bunch.
Do we cut Metamorph?
No, I think first of all, Orum's Thunder goes to the sideboard in the 3-drop spot.
Right.
We're not playing Sarkhan or Dismissive Pyromancer. So this is our true count, is 30 cards. So we need to cut 7.
Okay.
I think you start by taking it. Ephemerate.
Yeah.
And then probably Crested Sunmare. And then maybe one of these 4-drops, probably. Like, I like this mana curve, right, in general. But I think it just needs to get like each slot needs to get cut down by 1.
What about Bryon?
Yeah, if they have a lot of removal, though, he's a good sideboard option. All right, we need to cut 3 more cards? 3 or 4 more cards. So what's it? Can you go back to? Can you show me Wedding Announcement? At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on Wedding Announcement. If you attack with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a 1/1 human creature token. Then if Wedding, okay. I wonder if that needs to be in the sideboard.
It seems a little slow for what we're doing.
Yeah, there's certain aggro matchups where you side that in.
Yeah.
Maybe not against aggro. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what it would be, but it's not a bad card. From here, like, I really don't think you want to cut any of our early game cards.
Okay.
So I think
You want to cut like the Cavalier, or
you could do Cavalier or Karmic Guide.
yeah.
What does Cavalier do when it comes into play?
So you destroy the one target line permanent. Its control gets a 3/3, which this can block it.
Yeah.
And it has a 4/6 with vigilance. And then when he dies, you get an artifact or champion guard from graveyard to your hand. So
yeah, I don't know. Could be that, could be Stonehewer. I wonder if there's if one of these 4-drops is a problem. Like Spite Mare is not great.
no.
And that puts you at 24.
Yeah.
If we were playing in person with the Gentleman's Mulligan rule, I would do this in 16 lands, 12 lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. You probably want 5 or 6 mountains would be my guess. And then all plains. It's a cool deck. I assumed, thinking about a Mardu cube, I assumed I would be inclined to just play all 3 colors. I was surprised that it went differently than that, and we almost ended up mono white. Like we're really just splashing.
Okay.
Very interesting. Give me the link when you've got those videos up. I'll watch them.
Okay.
That sounds pretty cool. And then before I go, I just want to give my channel a shout out at Esoteric23. You can come and check me out. I stream right now. I'm streaming Caves of Cud, which is a roguelike. It's a very hardcore nerdy game about I don't know, talking lizard people and other weird nonsense. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to start working on some video game development projects, and I'm going to stream my working on those. So once I get a handle on some of those tools, if you're interested in game dev, you might check out my channel. So it was good to hang out with you again, Jeff.
Yeah, it was good. Thanks for drafting Cube with me. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
well, we need to organize an in-person thing. I went to Elliot's wedding, and they finally got married after delaying it for COVID for 3 years almost.
well, that's good.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, we need to get together because he was talking about missing Cube Night. So yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank my special guest, Zach, for coming with me and drafting tonight. I appreciate that. And I want to thank everyone in the chat for also sharing their input with me, helping us draft some decks tonight.
Yeah.
Later tonight or probably tomorrow, since I'm actually not streaming tomorrow, I'll probably record that Cube game and upload that. So look for that. But one thing, thanks again, Zach, for coming with me tonight and drafting.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always a blast. I always have a great time.
And I will see you all Saturday. And this is Chappelle saying, see you all then. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.